Hey, welcome! So today we're going to do something a little different. We're taking what looks like a pretty standard workplace document, a training acknowledgement form, and we're going to break it wide open to get to the heart of what it really means to provide amazing quality care. Okay, let's get into it.
It all kicks off right here. This one sentence. This isn't just some corporate mission statement. It's a promise. Think of it as the North Star for every single thing a caregiver does. Every decision, every action, every conversation. This is the foundation everything else is built on.
It's a beautiful idea, right? But what does it take to actually make it happen? What skills, what knowledge, what kind of mindset do you need to have to truly live up to that promise? Well, that's exactly what this form unpacks, and that's what we're going to explore together.
So here's how we're going to break it all down. First, we're going to lay down the philosophical bedrock, the stuff about rights and dignity. Then, we'll build up the framework for health and safety. After that, we'll get into the nitty-gritty, the art of daily support. And finally, we'll tie it all together and see how all this training leads to the most important thing of all, trust.
All right, first things first. Before you even think about helping someone with their daily needs, you have to get this part right. We have to start with the core principles that guide every single interaction. This isn't about tasks, it's about a fundamental, deep respect for the person you're supporting. Now, what's so cool about this is how these three ideas work together. They form this powerful triangle of respect. You've got to know an individual's basic human rights, you have to fiercely protect their privacy through confidentiality, and you have to embrace a concept that is just absolutely essential for growth.
This idea, dignity of risk, is so powerful. It's this understanding that being truly supportive doesn't mean bubble wrapping someone and eliminating every possible risk. It actually means empowering people to make their own choices, to try things, to learn, to grow, and to experience a full life, even if that means they might stumble sometimes. It's the huge difference between protecting someone from life and supporting them in their life. Okay, so once we have that foundation of dignity and rights locked in, we can move on to the next layer, health and safety. This is all about the practical stuff, the real-world skills you need to protect a person's physical and emotional well-being.
And this slide just illustrates it perfectly. Safety isn't just one action, it's a whole cycle. It starts with prevention, right? Things like infection control and other health protocols. Then, you've got immediate action for emergencies, life-saving skills like CPR and first aid. But if something does happen, there are formal ways to respond, like incident reporting and crucial training on MANE. That stands for mistreatment, abuse, neglect, and exploitation. And finally, the cycle closes with fair processes for dispute and grievance resolution. You see, every single piece is vital to creating an environment that's not just safe, but also responsive and fair.
So, we have our guiding philosophy, we have our safety net. But what does this all actually look like day in and day out? This next part is about the art of support, the actual tangible skills you use to help someone live their best life.
These are the real tools in the caregiver's daily toolkit. You're talking about everything from behavior management to supporting personal needs with total respect. Then there's the huge responsibility of medication administration, which in some places requires specific qualifications like QMAP. And of course, in our world today, you can see that proper electronic data management is just as critical for keeping things consistent in private. But there's one more thing on that list that really pulls all of this together.
And this quote right here, this might be the most important concept of all. This isn't just another item to check off a list, it's the master key to everything. Person-centered practices mean that every tool we just talked about, every single one, is guided by one question. What does this specific person want and need? The support plan is the map that you create with the individual, not for them.
And that brings us to our final and, honestly, the most important piece of this whole puzzle. We've talked philosophy, we've talked safety, we've talked daily practice. So now, let's see what all this training is really building toward.
Just think about it for a second. Rights, CPR, behavior management, dignity of risk, confidentiality, person-centered planning. Every single one of those topics on that big, long checklist is designed to equip a caregiver to do one thing and do it exceptionally well.
And there it is. That's the whole point. The entire purpose of all this training isn't to create a robot who just follows rules. It's to create a skilled, empathetic professional who can take this entire toolkit and use it with one goal: to truly, deeply understand and support the unique needs, goals, and dreams of another human being.
So, I'll leave you with this thought. A map is pretty useless if you don't have a destination, right? In caregiving, that destination is always defined by the individual.
This training, it gives you the map and the vehicle, but the real art, the real magic, is in using them to navigate a unique journey built on trust, respect, and partnership every single day. Thanks for joining me.